Welcome back, gentlemen. We will be getting the hand pump going today, Lord willing, on the well pump. We're adding a simple pump hand pump to our existing well just to have more options. This is a very fantastic system that you can build on, that you can have an off-grid water supply completely independent of anyone else, provided you have a well. I ran a little bit short on the pipe. I figured it wrong. Simple Pump sent us out 8 pieces. I ordered them on Thursday. We got them Monday. Very fast shipping. So we're going to add those on and get some water flowing right now. Here's a quick recap on where we left off. Now this is, we're about 90 feet down, and this is a special cap we put on that Simple Pump provided that just allows us to drop a little skinny pump right down alongside of our existing. And then this is the actuating rod that goes up and down and is activated by the handle. These are the new pieces. The pieces come with the rods and the stainless steel ends. So we'll connect all these guys up, and then we'll get the controllers on. This is actually the controller arm that will pump using solar panel, but we also have a hand option, and we'll install that right now so you can kind of see how that works. So you can go back and forth. You can do it either way, any way you want it, and then of course that beautiful stainless steel Simple Pump head. Watch your hands, it'll pinch you on that coupler. Hit something. There it goes. Did it pinch you?
No. Okay, you got the rod, I've got the pipe.
Yep, I got the rod. With that stick, that puts us at 90 feet of depth, and this rod is what will activate the pump. Now, I should be able to feel when we enter the water, as that will pull the water up in there and become really stiff, but I don't feel it yet. So we're going to add another piece. These rods are connected by these stainless steel threaded coupler deals. And so we'll tighten them up, and then we'll tighten the threads on the tube itself. The water actually flows right through that, so the shaft is inside the water pipe. All right, tell me when you're ready.
All right,
Okay,
on,
safety off,
coming down.
safety on. 108 feet underground, that's pretty deep when you think about it. Yeah. Okay, all right. What's our depth now?
That's 117.
117, and still no water. This is getting too heavy for me to hold up. I'm afraid I'm gonna drop it and it might knock that coupler off. So they included this T-handle to kind of assist with that. Just a little safety measure here. Give us a little extra. Oops, can you hold that? Okay, got it. And drop it. Yeah, that's better. And that definitely helps to hold it for those last few pieces. There we go. So Jariah is just threading this onto the new piece, and then it's ready there to grab. The last piece, or the top piece, is very clearly marked in that it's got the weep hole right there. Now this is for, this will drain it. So when the stack is above the ground in the winter time, you'll never have water stuck up in the riser to freeze and crack it. It will drain out here, and you'll only have to lift it that short distance. There we have it. Spooky when you have all that weight hanging, isn't it? It's like, yeah, just one mistake and it's all gone. The manual states we should have between 4 and 6 inches of the rod coming out, and you can see that we have 9. So they've included a couple different nipples because this has about a 6-inch stroke. And they've kind of figured this at the factory with the length of the rods, but that can vary, you know, depending on manufacturing and how far you thread everything in. So if you come out and you're outside of that spec, you can just simply adjust it with a nipple. Double check with the sucker rod down, we are at 5.5. So that's perfect, we're in spec. To install the pump riser, we have this big heavy duty 3/4 inch piece of stainless. Now this is actually going to go inside the riser, and we'll thread this on here. This is the pump riser. This is what the handle is going to connect to. Now there are some delicate rubber seals in there, and this is chamfered, but just be careful. We're going to go over that real slow so we don't tear anything. Nice. This is going to be the heaviest lift that we have with everything installed. We're going to have to lift it up, remove the safety, and with this pinch bolt, lock it down. So it's good to have an extra set of hands. So Jiraiya is going to lift this up, remove the safety, and we'll lower this down to our desired height. Somewhere in there. This is the handle assembly. We're going to put that together. You can see in here they've got those nice bronze bushings and then these wear washers. So, and then wait till you see these pins. These are cool. So these little guys need to kind of go in between so that we don't have aluminum on aluminum. So make it last a long time. If you need to take the handle off, like you got kids around or you're going to be leave town, you don't want to have the pump handle exposed, you can pull this guy off. Yeah, look at that. Aren't those nice pins? Those are really nice. Okay. I'm going to put this handle on just for you guys. This is going to come off and we'll be using our solar actuator so we don't have to hand pump this. But I want to bring some water up and just check everything out and show you how it works. Because I think most guys are probably going to configure it with a handle. And the final component is a little stainless steel 90. You can adapt this to whatever you want. If you want to make it longer. And they gave us a little garden hose adapter here, so you can hook a garden hose on it. Okay, this is going to be our very first test. The water is, how far are we lifting it? 160 feet or so? Give or take. So there's a foot valve or a check valve in the bottom of this, so you won't have to raise it that level all the time. You just have to raise it up to where the weep hole is. Our first water. Goodness, that's cold. And that is all there is to it. Pretty simple. Simple enough for a professional homeowner, right, Jiraiya? Exactly. But what a capability to have a hand crank option on your well pump. You know, you got to remember, gentlemen, that those well casings are small. You know, they could be 6 inches, 8 inches. You're not going to drop a bucket down in there if you don't have power to lift that water. And it takes tremendous power to lift water up out of the ground. That's why most well pumps are 240 volts. And if it does go bad on you, unless you have very specialized equipment or really know some tricks, it's going to be very difficult for you to repair that or get that out of there. Whereas this, yes, it's not going to pump as much water. You're going to have to do it by hand with a hand pump, but at least you have water and at least you have options. You can literally, with this, you can connect this with a garden hose to a spigot in your house, and you can pump up your pressure tank and you can get a shower out of it. So if the power goes out for a week or so, some poor soul could come out here and crank on that 100 times or so, but at least it'll pressurize your house. You can flush your toilets. You can do lots of different things. So options are good, and the simple pump gives you a lot of options. All right, so next part, we're going to set the concrete for the pylon, for the solar panels. We'll get the linkages all set up, and I don't know if we'll get it done, but we'll get as much as we can, and then that's going to be excited to see. We'll have a completely automated system where a motor will raise this up and down. We won't have to hand crank this anymore. All right, well, thanks for watching. May God bless you and your families. Please keep us in your prayers, and we'll see you all on the next video.